Ever try blending something early in the morning and feel like you woke up the whole neighborhood? Yeah, me too. It's wild how loud some blenders can be. Like, is that thing making a smoothie or taking off into space? So in this video, we're talking about the best quiet blender. Yep, blenders that won't make your ears regret your smoothie goals. We'll go through a few picks and match them up across different categories so you can see what stands out and what might work best for you. I've dropped links to all the products down in the description if you want to check them out. And hey, if you find this helpful, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps out. Got questions or need help picking one? Just drop something in the comments and I'll get back to you. All right, let's get into the reviews. Vitamix Ascent X4, best overall. If you're looking for quiet but still want a full-size blender that really does the job, this one's kind of a standout. On lower speeds, it's surprisingly calm. I've heard louder dishwashers. And even on full blast, it didn't wake anyone up in the next room, which honestly feels like a small miracle for a blender. It's on the higher end, price-wise, but you do get a lot for it. The motor is strong, like strong enough to handle thick blends and frozen stuff without groaning. And the controls? Super easy to figure out. You get a big dial, some smart buttons, and a screen that actually makes sense. Now, cleaning is decent. There's a self-clean mode, which helps a lot, but if anything gets stuck under the blades, you'll need to go in with a brush or sponge. Oh, and that tamper holder? Bit of a pain to clean if it gets messy. One thing I thought was clever is the little tamper icon that shows up when it's time to use it. Just a nice touch. If you've got the counter space and you're after something premium and quieter than most, this one's a great pick. Hamilton Beach Professional Quiet Blender, best mid-range choice. This one's kind of like the quiet kid in class. You expect it to be super silent, and it mostly is, especially with that big dome thing it wears on top. It's called a quiet shield, and it helps tone down the noise. Though some folks say it still gets kinda loud when it's on full blast, it's usually not anything too crazy. This one's sitting right in the mid-range price group, and it's got a pretty strong motor. We're talking serious smoothie speed. Ice and frozen fruit don't seem to slow it down, at least at first. Some people did mention that it felt less strong after a few weeks, which is kind of a bummer if true. Cleaning it? Easy. The jar, lid, and tamper can all go in the dishwasher, or you can just use the one-touch clean setting. Rinse it fast, and you're good. There are 4 preset modes, plus a dial you can spin to pick your own speed, which is great if you like to have a bit more control. The jar doesn't have a handle though, which feels weird at first, but isn't too bad once you get used to it. For something quieter and decently powerful without going full premium, it makes a solid case. Hamilton Beach Wave Crusher, best budget pick. If you're looking for something that won't empty your wallet but still gets the job done, this one might catch your eye. It's got a glass jar that's bigger than some others, which is great when you want to make enough for a couple of people without doing extra batches. Plus, the glass feels way nicer than those plastic ones that sometimes make you nervous about stains or smells. The motor isn't the strongest in the lineup, but it's solid for crushing ice and blending fruits pretty smoothly. There's this wave action system that keeps things moving inside so nothing gets stuck in a corner. That's a nice touch for smoothies or anything thick. On the noise front, some people say it's quieter than most blenders they've tried, but others find it a bit loud. Guess it depends on what you're used to. Cleaning up is simple since the jar and blades go right in the dishwasher. One thing to watch out for is the short power cord. Might feel a little annoying if your outlets are far from your counter. Overall, it's a smart pick if you want a budget-friendly blender that works well without making a racket. BlendJet 2, best quiet smoothie blender. If you need a blender that fits in your backpack and won't bother your roommates with loud noises, this little guy could be just what you're after. It's small, lightweight, and charges up with a USB-C cable, so you can blend wherever you want, whether that's at home, work, or even outside. The jar holds about 16 ounces, which is just right for a single smoothie or shake. The motor tries hard to crush ice and frozen fruit with something called turbojet tech, but some people say it struggles a bit with really tough stuff. So, if you're planning to toss in a block of ice, it might take a few tries or a little patience. Still, it's quiet enough that you could probably blend without waking the whole house. Bonus points if you're an early riser. Cleanup is a breeze since it has a self-cleaning mode. You just add water and a drop of soap and press a button, and it does the work for you. The design is sleek and comes in fun colors, which definitely beats the usual boring blender look. Battery life varies, but most find it lasts for several blends before needing a charge. Just a heads up, since it's so compact, it's perfect for one, but making large batches might require some extra effort. Zwilling Infinity Personal Blender, best personal quiet blender. If you're after a compact blender that doesn't shout every time you use it, this one might catch your eye. It's got a sleek, modern look, with a hidden display that keeps things clean and simple when it's off. The jar holds about 20 ounces, which is just right for a personal smoothie or shake. Plus, it comes with a lid that lets you turn it into a to-go cup. Perfect for those mornings when you're rushing out the door. The motor runs at 500 watts, which is enough for most fruits and veggies, though some say it struggles a bit with frozen stuff. One user mentioned being worried about noise at first, but that quickly went away once it got blending. So it's quiet enough not to cause a fuss. Cleaning is pretty straightforward since the jar is dishwasher safe and doesn't have tricky rubber parts hiding dirt. Just rinse the blade and jar right after using, and you're good. Safety features like an automatic shutoff and locking system add peace of mind. Some folks love how easy it is to use and its design, while others wish it lasted longer. There are mixed opinions on durability, but if you want a stylish, simple blender that fits neatly on the counter and won't wake the whole house, this one's worth checking out. Breville BSB 510XL, best quiet handheld blender. If you're looking for a hand blender that gets the job done without making a racket, this one deserves a spot on your list. It's built with a 280-watt motor, which might sound modest, but it handles everything from smoothies to thick soups pretty well. Plus, the bell-shaped base has some clever ribbing inside to stop it from suctioning to the bowl, which is a nice touch because no one wants to wrestle with a blender stuck to their pot. The grip is comfy and feels solid, so you don't have to worry about it slipping while you're blending. There's a trigger switch, giving you good control over how fast it runs, with 15 different speeds to play with. That's more than enough for most kitchen tasks. It also comes with a chopping bowl and a whisk, so it's kind of like a mini food processor and mixer rolled into one. Cleaning is simple, thanks to the detachable shaft and dishwasher-safe parts. The only catch? Some find the blender head a bit big for small jars or cups, which can be a little annoying. If quiet blending and easy handling matter to you, this one's a solid pick that doesn't take up much space either. Breville BBL 920 BSS Super Cube, best quiet blender for ice crushing. Let's talk about a blender that's all about crushing ice quietly, but seriously. This one's a heavyweight in the kitchen. With a motor that's way stronger than most, it blends fast and smooth, yet it keeps the noise down better than you'd expect from something this powerful. One cool thing is the big jug that holds plenty, so making a smoothie for a whole crew isn't a problem. Plus, there's a personal cup for when you're flying solo, and the blender knows which one you're using and adjusts itself. Pretty neat, right? Cleaning is no headache either, with a handy auto-clean button that does most of the work for you. It also has presets for smoothies, ice crushing, soups, and even frozen desserts, so you don't have to guess the settings. The digital display makes it simple to pick what you want, and there's a timer so you don't overdo it. On the flip side, the big jug might feel a little bulky if you're short on space, and some folks say the lid can be a bit stiff to get off. All in all, this is a premium pick that's quiet for how tough it is. Perfect for anyone who wants serious blending without the noise drama. So, we just checked out some pretty interesting blenders that keep things quiet without losing the punch. If any of these caught your eye, check out the links in the description. They'll take you right where you can learn more or grab one. And hey, if you liked hanging out with me here, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with your favorite or any questions you have. Also, don't forget to peek at our other videos. There's always something cool waiting for you. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you in the next one.